everybody, Margo here. If you might be here because you're a Weight Watcher, you might be here because you're a reader. But coming up, I'm going to be starting a series about one of my favorite Weight Watchers books of all time that had really kind of life-changing for me. And they don't really talk about this stuff anymore. So I thought it would be fun to do a series. So hang on, we'll be right back. I have tried to make this video like 5 times, and every time the phone rings. Somebody's at the door. Somebody's honking outside. Sorry, guys. Let's try this again. Hi, I'm Margo, and I am an author. I live in San Diego, and I've been a Weight Watcher for over 20 years, and I was Weight Watchers leader for over 5 years. And I love, if you follow me on Instagram at She's Not Your Mama, you know that I love vintage things. I collect, not clothes, I'm not a clothes person, but vintage furnishings and books, and I have like a vast library of old Weight Watchers books. I always look out for them when I was just at a flea market right now, and I'm always looking for old Weight Watchers books. I have them going back to the 1960s, and I still have, from when I joined, my Sarah Duchess of York cookbooks, which I still love very much. And I was going to do a series. I thought this would be a fun series, talking about vintage health, and I also love just general health and wellness books from the past. Some of them are really good and practical, and so I thought this would be a fun series to do. And I'm going to start it with an 8-part series on my favorite Weight Watchers book of all time. I bought when I was a brand new Weight Watcher. It's from 1999. And it is the Weight Watchers Tools for Living Companion. 8 ways to get what you want. Is that a 90s outfit or what? With the light wash jeans and, come on. So the Tools for Living might be a new thing to you. You might not have heard of the Tools for Living. We used them for many years in Weight Watchers, and they were 8 techniques to help you, not with the food, not with the activity, but with the mindset part of the program. And there's lots of techniques. We're going to talk about all of them over the series. Some of them they still use, but they kind of have repackaged them, so they won't be that unfamiliar to you. But these are really effective techniques, and they definitely help me make, a lot of breakthroughs over the years. And I have always had a copy of this book. I just had to rebuy it recently because I lost my copy, but I got it on eBay. It wasn't that hard to find. But just to give you an idea, when this book was issued, the point system that we used was called points. That's how long ago it was. It was the very first point system, and the program was called 1, 2, 3 Success, for those of you old timers like me. So we're going to, I just want to read you a little bit. It's really a cool book. It breaks down the 8 tools for living one by one. Each chapter has a couple of real life examples from real Weight Watchers members of the Tools for Living. So this says, congratulations, you've made a terrific decision to join Weight Watchers to become a healthier, fitter person. Now that you've had a bit of time learning about weight goals and the points food system and exercise, it's time to turn your attention to another valuable resource that will help you overcome any obstacles along the way, the thinking and the feeling behind your efforts. So then it tells you like a brief overview of what all of the outcomes are. And the very first one is something that we used to call winning outcomes. Winning outcomes. Nowadays, if you're a Weight Watchers member, or if you have been in the last few years, it's something that we currently call your why. So winning outcome is not a number on the scale. Your winning outcome is not a pant size or a dress size or a marathon. Your winning outcome, again, it's the thinking and the feeling behind that goal. So I used to hear a lot of people say that they were losing weight because there's a good why and a bad why. When we talk about your why or your winning outcome, there's good ones and bad ones. And I love the way this book breaks down what makes a powerful winning outcome. And listen to this. This is very important. Number 1, that it be positive. I can't tell you how many people I heard say, well, I want to lose weight because I don't want to be in pain anymore. Or I want to lose weight because my sister has diabetes and I don't want diabetes. I want to lose weight because I want to get a man. Heard that one a few times. Those are not positive, right? You don't lose weight because of what you don't want. You do this, losing weight's hard. You know, if you're gonna do something hard, you have to have a really compelling reason that feels really good to motivate you to get that. So it's important that it be positive. It's not what I don't want. Nobody wants pain. I wanna be pain-free. I wanna be able to move. I wanna be able to run up the stairs. I wanna be able to chase my grandkids. Really identify it in a positive way. It's really important that it be specific. So all of those examples I just gave you were specific. Attainable on your own. That's why I want to lose weight to get a man is not good, because it's not attainable on your own. It's dependent on somebody else. It's a bad why for a lot of reasons. That's just one reason, is that it's dependent on somebody else. Another reason is it's not that hard to get a man. There's a lot of them around, it turns out. A good man, that's a little different. That takes a little work. But just to say a man, any man, is not that hard. And number 3, do you want a man who's only with you because of the number on the scale? Ew. No. So it has to be something that's positive, makes you feel good, and is attainable on your own, and is also a good, realistic fit with your life. That's all in here. I mean, I don't know how to say it any better than that. And then it goes through all the reasons, all the times when you might want to work on your winning outcome or your why. And really the best kind of gauge for when it's time to re-examine your winning outcome or your why is if it's not working for you anymore. If it's not enough, it doesn't get you fired up enough to make the right choices. Then it's time to work on your winning outcome. And I want to say also, I used to get people who joined Weight Watchers and we would talk to you about your why on the very first day. That does not mean you have to come up with your why on the very first day. It might take you 6 months to really hone in on it. That's okay. In the meantime, you can work on learning the food system. You can work on, what foods make you feel good, what foods make you feel not so good, what foods keep you satisfied, and what foods don't. You can also work on movement. There's lots of other things that you can work on while you're kind of ruminating on your why or your winning outcome. It's okay that it takes a while. And you may find also, look, 20 plus years, I've had a lot of whys. I've had a lot of winning outcomes. And sometimes you have to change it. Sometimes you achieve it. And then it's time to focus on a new one. And again, it's okay to take your time with that. There's no rush, because we're all in this for the long haul, right? So your winning outcome is the very, very first tool for living. And it's the most important one. And we used to focus on the tools for living. If I remember, we used to toggle through them from week to week. That does not mean that it takes 1 week to master any of these. All of these are very long-term tools that take a lot of practice. Sometimes you forget about one for a little bit, and you have to go back to it. I'm trying to find here. Oh, here's a great one. So I told you they all have real life examples, right? So this is revising her goal to fit her life. So this is someone who has achieved one winning outcome and has to come up with another one. Mary Jo is fresh out of college and living in the city. She has a very active social life and a promising job in public relations, which means she attends a lot of catered parties, that's like me, a lot of catered parties, and goes out to restaurants and clubs frequently. Ding, 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 ding. She joins Weight Watchers to lose 30 pounds, deciding that she's not going to eat out at all until she's proven herself by dropping the first 10 pounds. Is that realistic? But since eating out is such a major part of her life, she finds she can't even give it up for a few weeks and is tempted to quit. She thinks about it and decides that losing weight is too important to put off on account of her job or her social life. And so using the winning outcomes tool, she adjusts her goal so that it fits better with her life. She settles on a slower rate of weight loss than she originally had planned. And now she can eat out anytime she wants. So it's really important that it's realistic. No matter how much weight I lose or how many leg lifts I do, I'm never going to be a ballerina. And I wouldn't want to be, because that's not me. That's not a good realistic fit for my life. And that's another thing, like when you go to a meeting and you hear what other people are doing that's working for them, and you get that kind of competitive / FOMO thing going on, and you go, oh gosh, well, running a marathon. Do I need to run a marathon? And they're doing Zumba. Do I need to do Zumba? She's cutting out carbs. Ooh, I love carbs though. I don't want to have to cut out carbs. You have to make it something that's realistic for you. And yeah, that might mean you don't lose at the same rate as the marathon runner or the person who's, not eating anything but green beans and turkey breast. If they want to do that and they love green beans and turkey breast, mazel tov. But that's not me. You have to be really realistic about what it is for you that's going to motivate you. And again, your winning outcome is not the weight loss number. It's not a pant size or a dress size. Losing weight and being fit and healthy and moving are the vehicles that you take to your winning outcome or to your why. Your why is the destination. Weight loss is just the vehicle that gets you there. So that is the winning outcome tool for living. And coming up next, in the next series, probably next week sometime, when I get the house to myself, which is very rare. It's not a big house. My family's like super loud and they all happen to be out right now. So I thought I'd jump on here and do a video because I get sick of taping in the car. I'm sure you get sick of seeing me in the car. So the next one is something called empowering beliefs. Believe it, achieve it. And I'll let you know when we get to I love winning outcomes because it's one that's probably helped me the most in the long run. But there's some other ones that are here that are good for the short run. If you're just going to a party and you don't know if you're going to be able to make the right choices while you're there tonight. There's some in here that are good for that. They're not all super long term, but they do take a lot of practice to learn. And do you remember the tools for living? Is this a new thing for you? Have you never heard of this before? Or maybe you're a vintage Weight Watcher like I am, and you fondly remember, I just loved these things, and I used to use them all the time, and I still use them today. I don't consciously think as much as I used to, oh, I'm storyboarding right now. But I do use them all the time. And certainly right now that I am, I recently finished a book, for those of you who don't know, and that was a lot of sitting and a lot of road food. I had to do a lot of travel for the book. And so my weight has crept up and I'm trying to work on getting it back down again. And so I find that I am returning to my tools for living. And I've been at it for so long that it's a habit. But these are really great tools. And I think they should not be left behind on the Weight Watchers Road back there in the past. And I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Let me know your questions if you have any. And I will be back soon with the second tool for living, empowering beliefs. Thanks and take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.